Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today in the Nativity series we have the sheep, and I have here the one I've already done. He's so cute. I made him out of these very fluffy yarn, and I gave him some legs from the flash color yarn that I use for the rest of my figures. And I used the black yarn to do the eyes and the mouth, and yeah, this is what it looks like. We're going to start with the body, and the body is a bit like a ball but I'll show you how to do that now. So to start to make the body of the sheep, I'm gonna use this fluffy yarn, and I'm gonna make a slip knot. And this yarn is a bit hard to work with because of the texture, so you kind of have to have looser stitches. But I'm going to start with 7 stitches cast on. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can't really see the stitches, but there's 7 stitches there, and I'm using my circular needles in number 4. Now I'm going to knit 1 row. I have to say it's been a challenge to knit with this yarn, and as I was knitting the sheep's body, I was thinking maybe this yarn would be nice on the inside of a hat, so like a double hat with this yarn inside would be very nice. Okay, so the next row I'm gonna knit from back in each stitch, so I'm going to double the stitches. I'm going to end up with 14. Okay, now I have 14 stitches. I'm going to knit 1 row. Okay, so our work is expanding. It looks like a fleece. Well, it has to be fleece because it's a sheep we're knitting here. Next row we're going to knit from back in every stitch again, so we're going to have 28 stitches, sorry. Okay, now we have 28 stitches. I'm going to knit 1 row again. Okay, turn our work. And now I'm going to knit from back in this stitch. Then I'm going to knit 12. 2, 12. Now I'm going to knit from back again. Then I'm going to knit 13. Then I'm going to do a knit from back again and knit 1. Okay, so now on these stitches I'm going to knit 12 rows, and that should get me about there. And then we're going to do the decrease section. So go ahead and knit 12 rows and I'll see you when you're done. Once you finish your 12 rows in garter stitch, so knitting 12 rows, we're going to start decreases, and I'm going to knit 2 together. So you can see 1, 2, knit 2 together, yep. Then knit 12. Then I'm going to knit 2 together again, knit 13, and knit 2 together again. This gives us 28 stitches on the needles. Now I'm going to knit 1 row, for the next row I'm going to knit 2 together 14 times, so we're going to reduce our stitches to half, which is 14. It doesn't make a difference whether you knit through the front loop or through the back loop, so whichever one it's easier for you. Okay, 14 stitches left. I'm going to knit another row, just plain knitting. Yep, turn my work, and I'm going to reduce the stitches again in half, so knit 2 together to the end of the row. So we have 7 stitches left. I'm going to turn my work and knit another row. And we are done. You want to cut your yarn, leave a bit of a tail for when we need to sew it up. Take your needle, thread it through. Okay, and now we're going to put this yarn through the 7 stitches that we have left here. Oops, just dropped a stitch, which is bad. Good thing we're working with fleece, so you can't really see it. Okay, pull the yarn through and make a knot, and that is your body done. Now what you want to do, either now or when you make up the sheep, you want to sew halfway, fill it up with stuffing, finish sewing, and that's your body done. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to learn how to knit for our sheep is the head, and I have here 16 stitches. So I did a 16 stitch cast on, and then I knitted a row, and just plain knitting. And now I'm going to purl 4, okay, then I'm gonna make one. So to make one, you just take the stitch, put it on your needle like that and purl it. Okay, then I'm going to purl 8. And I'm going to make one again. So take this loop in between the stitches, put it on my needles, bring the yarn forward and purl it, and then I'm going to purl the remaining stitches, which are 4. Okay, for the next row I'm going to knit 4, then I'm going to do a KFB, knit from back, knit 8, KFB again, and knit 4 stitches. So now we have 20 stitches on the needles. So we did 2 rows of increases. Now beginning with a purl row, I'm going to work 3 rows in stockinette stitch. Alright, the next thing that we want to do after the 3 rows of stockinette, we're going to knit 4. Then I'm going to knit 2 together, knit 8, then I'm going to slip a stitch, knit it, knit 1 stitch and pass the slip stitch over. Then I'm going to knit 4. So we're back to 18 stitches. I'm going to purl a row, okay. Now I'm going to knit 4 again, knit 2 together, knit 8, knit 6, slip 1 stitch, knit 1 stitch, pass the slip stitch, and then knit the 4 stitches left. Okay, turn my work, purl 1 row, we have 16 stitches, and now we're going to knit 2 together 8 times. That will reduce our stitches to half, so we're going to have 8 stitches left. Okay, turn my work, and I'm going to purl 2 together 4 times. This will give us 4 stitches left. That's the head done. You want to cut the yarn, leaving a tail for the when we have to sew it together. And you take the tapestry needle, and we're going to thread this yarn through the 4 stitches that we had. Oops, 4 stitches that we had left. Okay, pull tight, go through them again and make a knot, and then we're done. So this is what it will look like. Okay, we set it aside and we're gonna start the ear, and you want to make 2 of these. These are very, very easy. We just cast on 3 stitches. Okay, knit 1 row. Turn your work, knit from back, knit 1, knit from back. So we have 5 stitches now. Turn your work, knit 1 row, turn your work again. Oops. Now we want to purl 2 together, purl 1, purl 2 together again, so we decreased, and now we're gonna slip 1, knit 2 together and pass the slip stitch over, and then pull the yarn through 1 more time and cut your yarn. That's the ear done. So you want to make 2 of these, and the next thing we're going to do the legs. Okay, for the legs we're going to cast on 7 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you want to, beginning with a purl row, you want to knit in stockinette stitch 6 rows. Once you finish your 6 rows of stockinette, we're going to purl 2 together 3 times. 1, 2, 3, then purl 1. Then we're going to break the yarn, thread it through the needle and through the stitches. Okay, pull it through, make the usual knot, and you're done. And you want to make 4 of these, so 3 more, and then we're ready to put it together.